Hello students, welcome back to my channel. As promised, I am giving you the 7 latest defense updates in video part 2. Let's start. Number 1. India moves closer to approving purchase of armed drones from the US. India is close to approving a deal to buy high-altitude armed drones from the US as it seeks to counter a more assertive Chinese stance on the country's contested Himalayan border, people with knowledge of the matter said. The purchase of the advanced MQ-9B drones equipped with anti-submarine warfare capabilities as well as land attack and anti-ship missiles would also boost the Indian Navy's surveillance efforts in the Indian Ocean, where China's naval presence has grown. The decision-making process around the acquisition is gathering momentum in New Delhi and it could be approved in the next few weeks, according to the people. Next, Indian Army to buy 307 ATAGS howitzer for deployment along China-Pak border. In a major stride towards the Make in India in the defense sector, the Ministry of Defense has received a proposal from Indian Army to buy 307 advanced towed artillery gun system, that is ATAGS, for deployment along the borders with China and Pakistan. The proposal, worth over $1 billion, has been received from the Indian Army and is under discussion. It is expected to be cleared soon and sent for clearance by the Cabinet Committee on Security, defense officials told ANI. This would be the first order for the indigenous howitzer, which can strike targets at around 50 kilometers and is believed to be the best gun in its class, they said. The forces have been conducting trials of the gun in different altitudes and terrain. Next, top Navy commanders to meet aboard aircraft carrier INS Vikrant. In a bid to promote Make in India defense system, the Indian Navy will hold its senior commander conference on board the aircraft carrier INS Vikrant in the Arabian Sea off the coast of Goa. The decision is also in line with Prime Minister Narendra Modi's directives to organize major events outside Delhi, after which Navy Chief Admiral R. Hari Kumar and the Naval Headquarters decided to hold it on board the new aircraft carrier on March 6, senior defense official told. Next, Indian Navy's Cavalry-class submarine INS Vela visits Port Salaha in Oman. On February 28, the Indian Navy's Cavalry-class submarine INS Vela arrived in Oman's port of Salaha for the OTR. In order to improve cooperation with friendly countries, the Indian Navy actively deploys warships to enhance security in the Indian Ocean region. Working closely with all maritime neighbors, Indian naval ships and submarines conduct OTRs at friendly and foreign ports on a regular basis. Next, IAF contingent arrives at Waddington ahead of exercise. Flying across time zones, the IAF contingent touched down at Royal Air Force Waddington last evening, with some exciting flying activities planned in the coming weeks. The participants are gearing up for the same in mission mode. An IAF contingent comprising 145 air warriors left Jamnagar on India's west coast on Sunday, February 26th. According to the Government of India, the purpose behind Cobra Warrior is to learn from the best practices at various air forces. Next, global decision-making must be democratized. S. Jaishankar at G20 meet. Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar on Thursday highlighted the flaws in the global decision-making process at the United Nations while addressing the G20 foreign ministers meeting in New Delhi. Current global architecture is in its 8th decade. The number of members of the UN has quadrupled in this period. It neither reflects today's politics, economics, demographics, or aspirations. Since 2005, we have heard sentiments for the reform being expressed at the highest level, but as we all know, these have not materialized. The reasons are no secret either. The longer we put it off, the more the credibility of multilateralism stands eroded. Global decision making must be democratized if it has to have a future, said Jaishankar. Next. S. Jaishankar meets U.S. Secretary of State, says reviewed bilateral ties. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar on Thursday said he reviewed ties with the United States and discussed global issue at a bilateral meeting with U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken here. Pleased to meet U.S. Secretary of State Secretary Blinken on the sidelines of the G20 FMM, Mr. Jaishankar said after the meeting at the Rashtrapati Bhavan premises here. Opportunity to review bilateral ties and discuss global issues, tweeted the External Affairs Minister. Thank you.